welcome to Crickpedia. A few days ago, in our special episode, we chose an all-time Test 11 for India. We had so many options, and I said it's something that it's going to take a lot of time. There are going to be a lot of agreements, disagreements, but we somehow came to a point where we said, okay, these players will make that 11. Now, if there was something tougher, it's a World Test 11 from an era where actually every player could feature into that 11. From 1995 to 2005, which is called the golden era of Test cricket. I'm choosing my Test 11 from that era. It's going to be a big challenge, and I don't want to take that challenge alone. I want you guys to also support me in taking that challenge. I want you guys to write your 11s in the comment section below. Agreements, disagreements, it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be your openers. Who are the ones who are going to walk out and face the new ball? Now, from 1995 to 2005, the world saw 10 brilliant openers, and what was stranger was 8 out of them were left-hand batsmen. The world has never seen such a left-hand domination before. Not before 1995, not after 2005. So this was the era of left-hand openers. So that's why my first opener is Matthew Hayden. An average of 50, flamboyant Aussie, used to come down the track and take fast bowlers for fun. Now, who is my second opener? You have 9 to choose, because Matthew Hayden was an easy choice because he had an average of 50, and averaging 50 as an opener is almost something that you dream of while growing up. Not everybody can. What about the others? The others average from a bracket of 35 to 45, majority around 45. But who are the other openers? You have Saeed Anwar from Pakistan. You have Chris Gale from West Indies. You have Sanat Jayasuriya and Marwan Attapattu from Sri Lanka, one right hand, one left hand. You have Virendra Sehwag from India, flamboyant right hand opener from India. What about Graham Smith, Gary Kirsten from South Africa? Phenomenal players, both averaging about above 40, having higher scores of more than 250. Super players, you want them in your side. What about Justin Langer, Matthew Hayden's actual partner when it came to Australian cricket? Short guy, and Matthew Hayden, that big, bulky, tall guy. They would form such a perfect pair. But then there's this player from the New Zealand side, Stephen Fleming. Another big built guy. When Martin Crowe retired, New Zealand felt, oh my god, where are we going to look for such a prolific batsman? And Stephen Fleming was the answer to that question. He came in and started scoring runs for fun, and Stephen Fleming having an average of 44, good decent amount of 100, decent amount of 7,000 plus runs. You want Stephen Fleming in your side. So Matthew Hayden and Stephen Fleming to open the batting for me. Now let's go to the middle order. That is 3, 4, 5 and 6. Whom do you go with? You have 2 strong candidates at number 3. Jack Kallis from South Africa, and against him Rahul Dravid from India. Whom do you go with? An Indian perspective, I would say let's go with Rahul Dravid. He used to always save matches for India. But look at their stats. Very similar stats, both scoring above 10,000 test runs, having an average above 50. Superb players. But one thing that stood out when it came to Jack Kallis was that he used to bowl overs. He used to take wickets pretty often. Having 300 test wickets isn't a joke. I mean, if you're such a player, such an impactful player, Jack Kallis, you cannot keep him outside any team. I know Rahul Dravid is such a brilliant player, you want him in your side. But in this battle, I would take Jack Kallis before Rahul Dravid as my number 3 player. Now what about number 4? As I say, 5100s, 200 test matches, you cannot look beyond Sachin Tendulkar. He was just the complete batsman for number 4 across all teams that played in that era. Actually, they used to say that Sachin is going to blossom from 1995, and he's going to become the player everybody's going to look forward to, and that did happen. What about number 5? Probably the most flamboyant player anybody has seen in cricket. The most flamboyant player anybody has seen in cricket, just because the kind of intimidation factor he used to walk with onto the field. He used to come and take down bowlers for fun. Brian Lara used to score runs for fun. Having a higher score of 375, then beating it and scoring a higher score of 400. You cannot keep Lara outside the record books, so certainly you cannot keep Lara outside your 11. What about number 6? Now this choice is a little peculiar. People will say, did he bat at number 6? We all thought he batted up the order. But Ricky Ponting from 1995 to 2005 batted at number 6. The legend in Ricky Ponting formed batting at number 6. and it exploded when he came to bat up the order at number 3 or number 4. That's why Ricky Ponting is at number 6. Honestly, with the options, you could go Dravid, Chandrapal, Inzamam, Steve Waugh, or you could have gone De Silva, Yusuf, Vaughan, Lakshman, or even Nasir Hussain, Mahela, Saurav and Mark Waugh. We'll start with Kallis, Tendulkar, Lara and Ponting. Your number 7 player is your wicketkeeper. Now what do you search in a wicketkeeper? Somebody who can keep safely for 90 overs in a day. If he bats, if he scores those 20-30 runs every match, and if he scores occasional half centuries, you're a good enough keeper to be in your side. You had many nominations for that wicketkeeper spot. You had Riley Jacobs, used to take fantastic catches behind the stumps. You had Alex Stewart, who kept from 1990 to 2003 consistently for 13 years for England. Superb wicketkeeper with records coming in his favour. You had Mark Boucher, most number of dismissals in international cricket. How can you keep a wicketkeeper with most number of dismissals in international cricket out? Then you had Kumar Sangakkara. Superb Sri Lankan wicketkeeper, used to score runs for fun. Another very elegant left-hander. Used to bat up the order, keep as well for 90 overs. But then came one name that you just couldn't look beyond, because he wasn't one of those average wicketkeepers you were looking for. He would leap, and at times you would feel that he's giving the seagulls in the sky a complex, because he would actually take off vertically and take the ball and come down. But that was not it. Adam Gilchrist, the batsman, was just phenomenal. So if you're a stats lover, go back to those Australian 1995 to 2005 scorecards, and you will notice so many times Australia are 200 for 5 and they end up scoring 400 for 50, just because the way Adam Gilchrist would come and change games. And that's why I say Adam Gilchrist is my number 7 wicketkeeper, because with being that wicketkeeper, he is a fantastic batsman. Adam Gilchrist as wicketkeeper at number 7. Now the tail enders, 8, 9, 10, 11. I came up with 16 names from 1995 to 2005 who were fantastic match winners and would win matches for fun for their sides. And I have to choose just 4. That's where it makes it really tough. But as I say, even if there are 16 unbelievable match winners, there are 4 absolutely standout performers that you cannot leave from your side. At number 8, I'm going with Wasim Akram from Pakistan. 414 test wickets, played more than 100 test matches. Somebody who played from 1985 to 2000. He was the best left-hand fast bowler ever produced. Who comes at number 9? Glenn McGrath, the computer man. Literally, if you look at his videos on YouTube, you'll understand that person can literally bowl 50 balls just at one place, and from a run-up. It's not even that he's bowling just with 2 steps. He's coming, taking a run-up of 14 steps, then releasing the ball, and the ball would just fall at that pace, and the batsman would be like, wow man, how do you play that kind of cricket? And that's why Glenn McGrath is my second seamer at number 9. Who comes at number 10? To be honest, we have 3 seamers by now, because if you remember, even Kallis can bowl. So Kallis, Akram and McGrath. So I'm looking for 10 and 11 as 2 spinners. 708 wickets. The killer instinct that person had was never seen again. Shane Warne comes at number 10. Those loopy leg spins that he used to bowl, that slow action of his, the ball used to easily come out of his hand. You would feel that he is no threat. But when it used to pitch, it used to be something that batsmen never wanted to face. Warne was just the magical bowler the world was wanting to see for so many years, and you cannot ignore Warne. And McGrath and Warne was such a successful pair for Australia. They'll be a successful pair in this Test 11 as well. Now number 11, 800 Test wickets, a record that for years people are saying that won't be broken. Just like the 100 centuries of Tendulkar, Muralidharan cannot be left out of any side. Muthiah Muralidharan, that perfect off spinner. Now if you have a leg spinner in Shane Warne, you're looking for an off spinner, Muralidharan would fill that spot any day. The phenomenal confidence that Muralidharan would enter the ground with is something you always admire, and you can never keep Muralidharan outside your Test 11. And you could have gone Flintoff, Pollock, Shoaib or Kumble. You could have gone Vettori, Chaminda, Wakar or Harbhajan. You could have also gone Donald, Bretley, Saklan and Zahir. But again, we'll start with Wasim, McGrath, Warne and Muralidharan. Now if you notice, I've kept Ricky Ponting as my captain. From 1995 to 2005, the team that dominated was Australia. They would just win everything. We have 5 Australians in our 11, so you want an Australian captain. because he knows the way to lead a side in that era. Let's be very honest. We cannot have a 1-11 in an era where there are so many greats. Almost everybody can fall into that 11. That's why I'm going with an alternative 11. I'll quickly go through this as this is an alternative side. I'm going with Sehwag and Kirsten as my openers. Righty-lefty combination, both have an aggressive style of play. Perfect. Then I'm going with Rahul Dravid at number 3. If you have Kallis on one side, you want Dravid on the other side. Then a person with a very weird stance but an elegant play was Chandrapal. That's the reason I'm going at number 4 with Shivnarayan Chandrapal. 30 test hundreds, superb player. At number 5, Pakistan's crisis man Inzamam ul Haq. In that era, always, wherever Pakistan wanted him, he would perform. That's the reason Inzamam ul Haq at number 5, having an average above 50. At number 6, the captain of the side, Steve Waugh. Such a crucial part of Australian cricket, and as I say, from 1995 to 2005, you want an Australian to lead a side. And after that, at number 7, I would go with Kumar Sangakkara, the wicketkeeper. Superb batting style and just the kind of replacement you would want for a person like Adam Gilchrist. That's the reason Kumar Sangakkara opposite Adam Gilchrist in this alternative 11. 8, I'm going with an absolute match winner from England. If you look at scorecards from 95 to 2005, you will see Andrew Flintoff's name appear as a match winner in so many of them. Then at number 9, I'm going with Sean Pollock. 420 wickets for South Africa, captain for a long time. After that horrible match fixing scandal, he lifted South Africa up with his performances. A superb player. At number 10, I'm going with another match winner. Not played many test matches, but Shoaib Akhtar's pace was something that all batsmen were scared of. And he was one of those players who could get Dravid and Tendulkar out in 2 balls, could take 5 wicket hauls in a span of 3 overs. That's why Shoaib Akhtar is at number 10. And at 11 is somebody with 619 wickets. If you have Vaughan and Muralidharan on one side, there is absolutely no doubt why you would have Anil Kumble on the other side. So this is my alternative 11, and to be honest, you can make so many of these with the kind of players available in that era.